Hi Aquarius, how's it going? I hope you're doing awesome today. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm going to do a general reading for you. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm using two different decks. This is the Crystal Power Tarot deck by Jane Wallace, and this is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Guidebook. So we'll pull an animal spirit card at the end here. So I'll just do a little bit of shuffling. I've already shuffled and cleared the energy. Again, it's a general reading, so just take what resonates, leave the rest. If any of your cards come out upside down or reversed, it just means you're getting extra protection from Spirit. If the messages repeat, I believe Spirit really wants us to get the message, so I'll try and catch that and let you know. I'll pull all the cards and then we'll go through them individually. So your first card represents your current situation. You have the Eight of Swords. Your second card represents what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation or what you're celebrating. Three of Cups. Your third card represents the basis of your situation or foundation, and you have the Seven of Cups reversed. Your fourth card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. You got the Judgment card, Major Arcana. Your fifth card represents your immediate future, what's likely to happen very soon, coming up very soon. You have the High Priestess reversed, Major Arcana. Your sixth card represents the outcome you desire most in your situation. You have the King of Swords reversed. Your seventh card represents your self-image, how you see yourself, Eight of Cups. Your eighth card represents your environment or how others see you in your situation. You have the Page of Wands reversed. Your ninth card represents your hopes and fears, Four of Pentacles. And then your 10th card represents your future if all is to remain as is. And you have the Five of Cups. Okay, very good. And then your animal spirit card. Spirit, could I please have one animal spirit message for Aquarius? Okay, this one kind of just jumped out. And you have the Phoenix rising. Love that for you. Okay, let's leave that right there. So we'll just put these off to the side. I'll read that near the end. Can you see it okay with all my gadgets? Okay, so your first card that came out is the Eight of Swords. And this card represents your current situation. The message with this card is release yourself from self-inflicted binds. Could be, any negative thinking, habits, old ways of thinking. The Eight of Swords is represented by Gemini. So it's a card about feeling restricted or victimized or paralyzed by fear, feeling powerless or helpless, negative thoughts, victim mentality, self-imposed restriction, isolation from others. It's a card of ignorance, the inability to act, feeling pressured, isolated, trapped, backed into a corner, feeling hopeless. It could be from just like being pessimistic. The Eight of Swords represents a situation that's causing you great unhappiness, but you can change the situation. This situation is temporary, okay? You feel trapped, either unable or unwilling to choose, and therefore you feel stuck in a painful state. But Spirit's saying you are your own worst enemy. You feel helpless, problems surround you, you feel trapped, and no matter where you look, danger, obstacles, and problems confront you. But Spirit is saying escape is possible. This is a stalemate situation or trapped conditions. The constraints and limitations that this card implies are frequently self-imposed and persist due to fear and indecision. But Spirit is saying positive action has the power to end the stagnation. Do something positive. Okay? And then what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation or what you're celebrating is the Three of Cups. Embrace joyful opportunities. So the Three of Cups is about celebration. It's represented by Cancer in the zodiac. It's a card of abundance, healing, fulfillment, gatherings, celebrations, happiness, pleasure, joy. It could be a reunion, it could be a birth of a baby or an idea, a wedding, an engagement, a party, a graduation. It represents happy times and celebrations. You're experiencing success and plenty. A time of joy and celebration are at hand. Your feelings are clear now, and you understand your emotional patterns in a positive, growth-producing way. You're on your way to great things. Something has been brought to completion. This card is all about victory and success. It could be the act of falling in love. That is symbolized by the Two of Cups, has resulted in something like a baby or a creative venture, has produced a viable product, and now you're celebrating. Okay. Celebrating, it also represents mutual support. It's the grateful recognition of family, friends, and community and all that they add to our lives. Often in the form of holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, or other celebrations. It could represent the end of a disagreement by a way of compromise. And it's an all-around good omen in financial, relationship, work, or spiritual concerns. Recovery from emotional wounds. Emotions and emotional reactions must be maintained and balanced for more happiness to come. So maybe celebration, maybe a birth of a child or the success of a new business or joint venture. And then your third card represents the basis of your situation or foundation, and you have the Seven of Cups reversed. Extra protection from Spirit. This is Scorpio energy. So the Seven of Cups reversed represents a lack of choice or missed opportunities. Could be overwhelmed by choices. A lack of options, a lack of imagination. You feel confused because so much is going on and you need peace and quiet to sort through the multiple choices that are confronting you. Let your feelings be your guide. Maybe this card could represent someone who is living in a dream world without any real choices, just fantasies and hopes. It's a card of being it's a card of distractions, diversion, confusion, making choices. It's a card of sobriety. Again, feeling trapped. So let me just, I want to just make a note of that, because Spirit's repeating that message now. Feeling trapped. Poor choices, lack of spiritual growth, avoiding issues, decisiveness is what Seven of Cups reverse could represent. Again, just a reminder, it's a general reading. Just take how it resonates, leave the rest. It's a card of dangerous delusions, or again, a lost or missed opportunity. And then your fourth card is the Judgment card. This is a major arcana, second last major arcana. This card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. And the Judgment card is represented by Pluto in astrology. So this card is all about, the Spirit's talking about decisiveness again. Okay? Being responsible, self-evaluation, having an awakening, a personal transformation, a rebirth, an inner calling, being rewarded for past effort. This has something to do with your past, this card, the Judgment card, but is relevant to your current situation. It's a card of acceptance, purpose, forgiveness. You've had a wake-up call from the universe, and now you're ready to step into a new phase of your maturing process. Your life is fairly settled now, and you're letting things grow at a steady pace without hurrying the process. A new phase of your life is coming into being as a natural result of your maturity. You might be getting important news that will prove beneficial, or you might learn something new that will bring you joy and a sense of fulfillment. Your health improves, and your problems are easily solved. You're having a personal awakening. You're turning away from a traditional set of beliefs and towards one that better suits your personal philosophy of life. Judgment represents the end of an old way of life, a cycle that is finished. It's time to seek a new direction, to make adjustments that reflect who you truly are. It's a positive card. It symbolizes regeneration and rebirth after a period of confusion and confinement. Maybe you felt dead in your old life, but now you have the unique opportunity to enliven yourself and your environment by making the appropriate changes. It's a time of freedom to be yourself, is what Spirit is saying here. Judgment provides a call. You're being called to face your past before moving on. It's time to acknowledge whatever has happened, accept it, and let it go. You've learned so much and you've been through so much. You now have the wisdom and strength to free yourself from the past. This is what your fourth card represents, your past. A time for change is at hand, maybe a new job, a new relationship, or a new way of life. But this time, Aquarius, you are more in control. You've decided to heed the call. You have the experience and the knowledge to move forward. You just have to make your final farewells, is the message from Spirit. Just make the decision that that's what you want to do. This card represents an inescapable positive shift. Even though it appears to be unfavorable, you're being rewarded for your past effort. New lease of life, transformation, major decisions, changes, and healing has taken place. You've had a spiritual awakening. This card represents the death of of your old self, the death of your previous lifestyle. And then but remember to look back with compassion for yourself, Aquarius. And then your fifth card is the High Priestess reverse. This card represents your immediate future, what's likely to happen very soon in your life. So reverse, this card talks about being silenced or repressed feelings, withdrawal. Your intuition is repressed. Confusion again. Spirit is bringing up confusion again, secrets. You feel like you've lost your inner voice, hidden motives. It can represent superficiality. Something within you is seeking recognition. You may have been neglecting your true purpose, although at a deep level you're aware that motivation is stirring to make a change. You might be keeping this situation private for now, not wanting others to know about it. Those around you may notice that you seem vague or not quite yourself, but that's okay. Just ignore them. You're in the process of manifesting spiritual fulfillment and well-being. This card warns of knowledge withheld. You may be seeking something that you're not meant to know, or maybe someone is keeping something from you that you need to know. It could even mean that you have knowledge that needs to remain a secret, at least for now, Spirit is saying. Okay. An extra protection from Spirit also. There may be negative psychic influences around when the High Priestess comes up reversed, or again, they're talking about self-delusion. So I would make a note of that because Spirit already brought that up. Delusion, self-delusion. Some of you may be using your psychic abilities to manipulate. Some of you could be the High Priestess reversed represents drug and alcohol overuse. It could suggest mental illness, a muddled mind, and suppressed or neglected intuitive feelings. Some of you are clairaudient and clairvoyant, but it's blocked right now. There may be hidden influences. Someone might be working against you, or maybe you're surrounded by shallow, superficial individuals. This card is warning you to be cautious and to keep your own counsel. Okay, trust your intuition. Then the outcome that you desire most in your situation is the King of Swords. This can be male or female in a general reading. And this King of Swords is either you, someone in your life, or he can represent a situation. It's the King of Swords is represented by Aquarius. So the King of Swords, judgmental, is manipulative, cruel, weak, misuses his power, can be a dictator, can be inhumane, dishonest, controlling, cold, ruthless, but he can also be very powerful, but he quiet power, like a quiet leader. He could represent an absent father, someone who is misguided. There's a lack of integrity, a lack of morals, a lack of discipline. He could be aggressive, power crazed, illogical. He can use his intelligence in a bad way. He's manipulative, uncompassionate. He could also represent a mentally violent man or woman, maybe a boss. He's someone who uses his impressive abilities to further his own agenda with no respect for ethics, standards, or ideals. He's ridiculously judgmental and holds people in contempt if they don't behave or think as he deems appropriate or right. This king indicates fickleness, using words as swords to wound, gossiping, superficiality again, playing one person against the other, or a rigidity of opinions. And if he doesn't represent a person, he can represent a situation where the people around you are hostile toward your ideas or your spiritual quest. And again, Spirit is saying you might have to keep this to yourself for a little while, okay? You might have to keep these matters to yourself for a little while. And then your self-image card, how you see yourself, is the Eight of Cups. Hold on 1 second here. Had to close the door. It was too noisy. So your self-image card is the Eight of Cups, upright. The Eight of Cups is represented by Pisces in the zodiac. So your self-image card says, accept your situation without resistance. You're reaching your limit. You're searching for the truth. You're retreating, escaping. You're walking away, leaving behind something, letting something go, leaving a bad situation. Again, it's a card of withdrawal. Withdrawal keeps coming up in your reading. Abandoning plans. You're traveling. So for some of you, represents a card of traveling. A new perspective is needed. You're taking a time out. It's a card of loneliness, desolation, which means a state of complete emptiness. But look deeper. You're looking deeper. It's a card of self-discovery and self-analysis. You're taking a time out. You're looking for the truth. You wish things were different, but they aren't, so you have to let go. Cut your losses and get out of a situation or a relationship that has failed despite your best efforts. Turn your sights and your energies towards something that is likely to be more fulfilling for you, okay? This card represents a very small but powerful moment in time. You've decided to leave something comfortable behind, and you've come to terms with that. You've decided what dream you're moving toward. The moment, the one where you finally turn your back forever, and before you take the first step, is the Eight of Cups. It can be such a conflicted moment filled with sadness over leaving, yet knowing that you are doing the right thing. You've had a change of heart. You're moving in a new direction emotionally. It's time to let go of old habits and emotions and embrace new ones. Spirit is repeating this message again, like the Judgment card. Okay, the old ways of relating are no longer valid, and it's best to move in a new direction, Spirit is saying. Okay, and then your environment, or how others see you in your situation, is the Page of Wands reversed. So this is either you, someone in your life, or a situation, male or female in a general reading. The Page of Wands is Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. So reverse the Page of Wands. You're abandoning projects. This card represents your self-limiting beliefs, which they've mentioned already. They mentioned indecision, having new formed ideas. The Page of Wands reversed is someone who expresses their pent-up and frustrated energy in inappropriate and possibly destructive ways. They're pessimistic. They're gullible, impatient, hasty, unreliable, distracted. Page of Wands. This is someone in your environment, or it could be how others see you in your situation. Remember, just take how it resonates. The Page of Wands could represent a delay, which could cause some trouble. Something you were expecting might not arrive on time, or a mix-up may occur, or the page might be bringing an unwelcome news that causes some disruption in your life or requires you to travel to put things right. If this page represents a person, it could be a Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. It doesn't have to be. This person, male or female, is untrustworthy or conveys false or misleading information, so be on guard. So Spirit is repeating that message. I would definitely make a note of that, okay? The Page of Wands reversed, someone who represents a lack of energy, a lack of ideas, a lack of creativity, a lack of ambition, goals, plans, is lethargic, is someone who's feeling uninspired. It can also represent someone who is on a spiritual path, which Spirit has already mentioned in your reading. But they could also be someone who acts a bit spoiled, who's a bit of a loudmouth, is closed-minded, has tantrums. So, lacks confidence. Okay. A troublesome youngster who's most likely been neglected. They're seeking attention to express their creativity and be acknowledged. So they might behave in an excessive manner. They can be hyperactive and lack concentration. And then your hopes and fears, what you hope for and fear the most in your situation, is the Four of Pentacles. So this is Capricorn energy. This card, Spirit is saying, always remember that you are always safe and protected, no matter what's going on. You're always safe and protected. So you're saving for big purchases or retirement. You're holding on to people, possessions, or issues, deep-seated issues. You're being guarded. It's a card of guardedness, possessiveness, being overprotective, stingy, thrifty, having boundaries. It's a card of isolation again, penny pinching, being possessive, hoarding, insecurity, stinginess, keeping to yourself. You're hanging on to something, either your possessions or a situation, in a stubborn and inflexible manner. Fear of change may be involved, or you may merely be comfortable where you are. But your fixed attitude may be limiting you and blocking new opportunities for success and happiness. This card indicates a security-conscious person who's holding tight to money and material possessions. You may fear that loss is in the offing, and you're trying to prepare yourself by closely guarding what you have, or you may simply be overly cautious and conservative in financial areas. You may be a miser. You may have plenty, but you're afraid to use it, share it, or enjoy it. Something is threatening you, whether it's your own fears or some someone trying to take what is yours. You're so afraid of losing what you have that you hold it too close. Your attitude towards your gifts, whether it's your money, your belongings, your time, or your health, has become twisted, controlling, and unhealthy. Okay? The Four of Pentacles. You're doing well financially. Financial matters are currently your top priority, and you are well positioned to excel in that area. But remember to set aside money for savings, as well as some to reinvest in your business. That's good advice. I like that one. And then your last card, or your second last card, your last tarot card, you have the Five of Cups. This card represents your future if all is to remain as is. This is Scorpio energy. So this is a card of loss. Loss is coming up again. Pessimism is coming up again. Abandonment is coming up again. Focusing on negative emotions, focusing on fear, emotional instability, relationship breakup, abandonment, guilt, trauma, emotional baggage, grief, loss. This card shows a time of difficulty and loss, but more specifically, it's about how you're dealing with that loss. Every loss initiates change and is an opportunity for growth. Loss hurts because of our emotional resistance to change. This card represents that moment, but it carries a word of advice. Look at the wonderful opportunity around you and move forward. It's a card of mourning, bereavement, discontent, feeling let down, heartbreak, despair, regret, anger, isolation again, remorse. Your unhappiness is a result of your attitude, which you can change. This is a card of choice. You can continue to ruminate over what went wrong, or you can contemplate how things can be better in the future. You don't have to be miserable. This card says that you're brooding over past wrongs, losses, disappointments, or hurts. You're dwelling on a painful past and are refusing to look forward to a positive future. You have, you can make the decision to, you've been disappointed, basically, is this card. Remorse over previous actions. Something has been lost, yet something remains, okay? There are two new possible options that you're not aware of, okay? And also, Spirit is saying something good is about to happen for you. So I would definitely make a note of that. Something good is about to happen. And then now we'll do your Phoenix message, your animal spirit message. You have the Phoenix card represents freedom from suffering and past karma. It's a card of reincarnation. The Phoenix represents the transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. The Phoenix employs an advanced technique described in yoga as the burning of impurities through practice and dedication. The essence of the Phoenix is with us when we realize we have been suffering too long and something must change. We take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. At that very moment, the spark of the Phoenix is lit, and the great bird helps us to burn through our baggage. We no longer run from who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. Our stuckness and dead weight falls into the ashes, and a lightness and clarity emerge as the stagnancy continues to smolder. The phoenix lifts our spirits up and up, and we begin to recognize ourselves again. We may catch a glimmer in our eye that wasn't there before. Look closely. It's a sign the fire of transformation is upon your wings. There you go, Aquarius. That's your reading. I hope you got some guidance or insight. I hope you have an awesome March, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.